Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. If you're on the right path. Yes, but I also feel you've got to tweak something just a little bit by the end of this year. Otherwise, my friend, you are going to see yourself in this everyday rut kind of feeling for the next 9 more years. And you don't want to see that happen, obviously, because nobody wants to be stuck kind of in the, same crap, different day, for
Yeah.
9 years. One of
Yeah.
the things I want you to also be mindful of, well, you also have a lot of masculine, boy, this might connect with your brother, hun. This might be why I was kidding. Okay. Do you have a close relationship with your older brother?
My oldest brother, the one whose birthday is on the 14th, is not really close, but like my brother that's just a couple, like 2 years older than me, like that's where most of my stress has been coming from. Like, and me and him have always been really, really close, always, our whole lives, and he's just been like, he's been like distancing himself, and pulling away from the family or whatever, and it breaks my heart, and I know he's not on the right path, and I've just been letting that kind of, trying to do for him and trying to help him save his house and all that, and it's just been too much. So I just kind of, feel like I can't care more than he does. So I've just, I've kind of shook my hands of it because it's just too much when I'm caring more than he is about it.
Yeah. Absolutely, hun. And that makes so much sense where, 1,000%, where I was saying that you've got to have that tough love. And this is really about putting up those boundaries now, right? And the boundaries are, like you just said, and stop doing all of this stuff for him when, really there's no giving back, it's just give. I do feel, hun, that by the end of this year, I would definitely think about at least getting that ball in motion, getting it rolling to where you're putting it out in the universe that you are done with handouts, with helping. It's like I say, even with my kids, I try not to, help too much because I don't want them to feel like that they have to, are going to rely on it.
Right.
And I feel like I'm not doing
to enable them.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Now, when it comes to your older brother, it's so interesting. That's why I asked if you were close with him, because I did feel a distance, but I feel next year you're going to see a swap in the relationship with the brothers, where the older brother that's born on the 14th is really going to come into your life. And not that I want it to fill that void, but it's going to fill up that cup that needs to be filled, and that relationship getting better. So it'll be good. But the cup that we need to dump out really has to do with younger brother, or well, not younger brother, but you know what I mean? The older younger brother.
He acts like my younger brother. He acts like my younger brother, but.
Oh yeah. So, I can definitely tell. I can feel it. So I want you to stay on the same path, because I feel like that you have done so much work, hun. I feel like you have really got yourself, together. You are getting your, feet back on the ground. You're really starting to, get your ducks in a row, per se. And so I want that to keep going. But I also feel like the tweak that needs to happen is where, putting up those boundaries so strong that, that your brother even helping, that comes to an end. And I know that won't be easy. What's so crazy is the affirmation I read today fits beautifully with you. And it says, letting go creates space for me to receive. If you don't let go of the things that are not serving you, you can't receive the good.
cuts through the noise, a truth teller who reminds us what we've forgotten. Christina Elliott isn't just another psychic. She's the woman redefining awakening itself. Through her show, Instinct Reclaimed, Sanctuary Sessions, broadcasting live Thursdays at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 U.S. Eastern Time on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. She takes you beyond prediction into transformation. This is where illusion ends, where instinct rises, and where your soul remembers its unique power. Visit ChristinaElliott.org. Because you weren't born to survive the story, you were born to rewrite it.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Urban Monk UK with Urban Monk. Live from Facebook. Search Urban Monk UK. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Urban Monk UK on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world watching the Urban Monk Mindfulness 101, Why Thinking is Killing You, live on A1R Radio and Moonstruck TV. Tonight, it's not going to be about teaching. it's going to be about me just running back over a few things that we've talked about and also giving you contact details for future shows. I'm going to speak to Dave at some point and start taking calls from you viewers out there with any problems that you might have. I get a bit tired of myself listening to myself, so I'd like some feedback, some questions that I can deal with in the space of time that we've got. So I've been away a while. As you've probably been aware, I've been to the good old US of A where it all started, just trying to catch up with mindfulness over there, a trip to Death Valley, just to reabsorb the energy of the universe and the now moment where this all started. Oh, just give me a second. Caller, give me a minute. Well, okay, you've got a minute. I don't know what that means, but here we go. So just recollecting in the Urban Monk. Oh, another one. Did you want a caller? Not today. I'm just going to go ahead and give everybody the heads up so we can start taking calls from next week, probably. Just have a look at Urban Monk UK on Facebook, The Long Road to Richmond on Facebook. That was the original Facebook page before this all took off. And you'll find links. And we've also got a live website now, which is urmo.uk. So urbanmonk.uk, but it's not the actual words Urban Monk, it's urmo, urmo.uk. So there'll be happenings on there. There'll be another book coming out soon, which is titled Why Thinking is Killing You, which is the theme of my talks. We started off living in the moment, being present, and that takes us full circle to how we think and what we think about. If we're thinking in the present moment, everything's good. If we're not, and we're identifying with something from the past or resurrecting a problem that we had and hoping for a better future, that's where the body starts to mess up, because the vibration of the brain affects everything within the body, the blood flow, the internal organs. 80 to 90% of all doctors' visits in the UK, and I'm pretty sure it's probably higher in the US, are for stress-related and anxiety issues. So check out those details that I've given you. My book, The Death of a Narcissist and the Best Yorkshire Bunnies in the World, is available on Amazon. I've shown a picture of it before, but all you've got to do is Google Death of a Narcissist, and it's the one in green and black. So hit me up, have a look at what's happening, think about where you want to be, think about questions you might want to ask. And in the meantime, let's just think about being present. Let's just think about living in the moment. Thinking creatures that create. We are creative creatures that think. And it's when that thinking goes awry that we start to have problems. And I'll go on about it. I'll keep going on about it until you get to the bottom of where your anxiety is coming from. I'm also starting a new job with a counselling group in the UK, dealing with people that have gone for what we would call typical forms of counselling, and they're not achieving the results they want. The owner of the business has decided that once they've got to a certain level within that counselling, they need a little bit of nowism, a little bit of urban monkism, a bit of reality to make them realise that it's not necessarily the circumstance that they're living in, it's the way they're dealing with that circumstance. And when I do my public speaking and my talks, I upset quite a few people, because I normally start off by saying every problem that you've got in your life is your own fault. And I'm saying that to you guys out there. Again, you might switch off, you might stop listening, you might want to dig a little bit deeper, because everything that's happening in your life, be it you're a billionaire, that's the way you think. If you're broke and you're on the bread line, as we say in the UK, again, that's because of the way that you've been thinking and dealing with life's circumstances. There's a lot to be said for just acknowledging the thoughts. As Professor Steve Peters, the author of The Chimp Paradox, says, it's a feeling, it's a thought, it's your chimp. Give it a banana, stick it back in its box, acknowledge the thought, and just move on. Learn from it. We get to a point in life where the problems we've had, and this is where I came from, but this is where the Urban Monk was born. the fact that my life was in such a state, functioning alcoholic, that I needed to learn a valuable lesson. Relationship breakdowns, problems with money, financial issues, the real bad credit, all that kind of stuff that everybody talks about every day, but it's gone. It was then, and it's not tomorrow. So I've not got those problems right now in my life. So it is doable. I'm not going to pretend it's easy, but you have to go through. I won't swear because this might be on YouTube at some point, and you're not allowed to swear on YouTube. But you get the meaning. It starts with sh and ends in it. So when that happens, we curl up in a ball and we hope it goes away instead of confronting it. We confront it in the present moment. We plan for the future. I'm planning for next week's show, and in a time that doesn't exist. So it's a bit of a paradox, really, that I tell everybody not to live in the future, not to live in the past, but to live in the moment. Well, realistically, we can't do that. You've got to go to the doctor. You've got to go to the dentist. You've got an appointment with a solicitor. For whatever reason, you've got things to do in the future. It's just that we play movies in our mind about what could go wrong. And I'll give you a personal example. Got back from America, carried on doing what I do. And then on Saturday, I received a speeding infringement from a local constabulary, a local police force. And it was dated the 3rd of April. So it's taken some time to come through. And I received it on the 18th. And the deadline for the appeal was the 20th, which was yesterday. So it was the weekend, didn't have a chance to do anything, didn't have time to deal with it. And now the old me would have gone ballistic, shouting, throwing things around, panicking, worrying about losing my license, worrying about the size of the bill. But I filled the form in online and sent it off. And what will be, will be. When the fine comes, I'll pay it. When the fine doesn't come because I've got extenuating circumstances, then that'll be then. And as I've said to you before on many shows, when that email comes through and when that court date comes through and when that fine comes through, it will be now. So there's no point me winding myself up, ruining any relationship or friendships that I have because I'm getting agitated. I'll deal with it when it happens. I've dealt with it now, the way I'm explaining it to you. And when the result comes out or the end decision is made, it will then be now, but then, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, ring up, call in, and I'll explain it to you. I'll explain exactly what I'm talking about. So really, it's quite a quick show because I've been away and I've spoken to Dave and to Constance about carrying on with the show, which is great news. I'm up for this and I'm raring to go and to spread more nowism to you guys. So hit me up on Urban Monk UK on Facebook, urbanmonkuk@gmail.com, urmo.uk, the website, and check out Long Road to Richmond. It was because I was driving to Richmond in Virginia, and it's a hell of a long road for those of you that live out there. I'm sure you can appreciate that. I drove the entire distance, 2,700 something miles in 33 hours. Yep. And I was hallucinating, but it was the epiphany. It was the moment that the Urban Monk was born. So I'll leave that with you. I'll thank you for looking in today or watching on Catch Up. If you've got any comments on Catch Up, just make a note down there and I'll get to read them. If not, hang on till next week, call in, and I'll do my best to put your mind at rest and get you living in the moment. So it's been great talking to you. It's not really great to be back from the US, to be fair. 85 degrees down to, I don't know, it's 13 here today, rain. When I was in the middle of Death Valley, it was 105 degrees, which for the people that know that place, it's quite chilly. There were actually people wearing trousers and jackets. Seriously. I just couldn't believe it. I was nearly melting. But anyway, I'll love you and leave you. I'll call a halt to it today and I'll move on and I'll see you all next week. Get ready with those questions and I look forward to answering them. See you.
Every generation has a voice that cuts through the noise. Rise, a truth teller who reminds us what we've forgotten. Christina Elliott isn't just another psychic. She's the woman redefining awakening itself. Through her show, Instinct Reclaimed, Sanctuary Sessions, broadcasting live Thursdays at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 U.S. Eastern Time on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. She takes you beyond prediction into transformation. This is where illusion ends, where instinct rises, and where your soul remembers its unique power. Visit ChristinaElliott.org. Because you weren't born to survive the story, you were born to rewrite it.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Guided Whispers, Insights with Robin. Live from RobinWolf.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Guided Whispers on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Well, hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. I don't know about you, but I am so grateful that it's warmer today than it was over the weekend, in Asheville anyway. So I'm Robin. I am your evidential medium, your psychic, your pet communicator, and I am here if anyone has any questions or would like a short reading this afternoon. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope you're all getting ready for the winter solstice. the shortest day of the year, welcoming the light back into our lives. And I wanted to say, I've been thinking a lot about it lately, and I've been trying to manifest some things for myself. And I've realized that you can set your intention and you can set your manifestation, and you can do vision boards and you can write in journals and everything. But once you do that, you need to let go and allow the universe to bring you the gift, to bring you what you want, to bring you what your soul deserves for your highest and your best. And I've learned over the last couple of weeks that if I let go, the gift is given. And when I say gift, I don't mean an actual box gift. I mean what I've tried to manifest. You have to kind of let go and not push it on you, right? I've learned don't harass people or keep asking for the same thing over and over again. You put what you want out into the universe. And if it's for your highest and best, it's going to come to you when it's the right time. And that was a hard lesson for me. So I guess I'm sharing my lesson, hoping that it helps all of you, because from the readings I've been doing and the people I've been talking to, everybody is manifesting like crazy because it's the end of the year, which is normal. I do the same thing. But it's really hard to let go and just allow it to happen. So I hope that helps while we're waiting for someone to come on for a reading. And I also wanted to say, give yourself a break this winter solstice. Allow the light to come in. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to re-energize. You're not the Energizer bunny that just doesn't stop, right? It's okay to stop. It's okay to meditate. It's okay to spend time by yourself and to heal and to get through whatever you're trying to get through. If you're going through a healing phase, it's okay, if that makes any sense. What else do I want to say? I don't know. But I don't know. It just really helped me. And doing your own thing on the winter solstice is not a bad thing. It's okay. Just let the light back in. Let what you want come to you, as long as it's for your highest and your best. I hope that makes some sense. And now I'm going to welcome Denise from Memphis. How are you today,
Hi,
Denise?
I'm good. How are you?
I am also good. How's the weather? Is it warmer by you than it is in Nashville? It's getting
Yes, it's
warmer, but
it got up to like about 62, so that's pretty good.
that is good. I agree.
Uh-huh.
Gonna hit 60 here next week before Christmas. But
Oh,
oh my goodness, over the weekend it was just bitter. Bitter.
oh, you're
Um,
right.
what can I do for you today?
Yes, just needed to see about like love, relationship.
Okay.
Um, I've been divorced now for a while, so just seeing what is, the future is about to present to me.
Okay. So think about yourself, focus on you for a minute. I'm shuffling tarot cards and also using my own psychic ability to tune into you. So just think about you for a moment.
Okay.
So I am getting the first card that came up. I don't know if you can see this, but for me, this is the New Beginning card. And that's the first card that showed. I do see new beginnings for you with the divorce, but I feel you've been divorced for a few years now. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you say 3?
It's been maybe 4 or 5.
Okay. I feel like your new beginning's coming. I feel like you've done your work. You have healed. You've realized that you are worthy of love and that you have more
Yeah.
I feel like you have more self-confidence than you've had in a long time. So you've done the work. I feel like
Yeah.
I do feel like a person's going to come into your life. And I want to say before the summer, it's hard to really pin things down, but I'm hearing May, but it could happen before that. My
Okay.
timing isn't always accurate. It is within a few months, but not within, a few hours, usually.
Okay.
But I'm picking up that this person who comes into your world is going to surprise you because you're not going to be expecting it. And I feel
Oh,
like
wow.
you're going to have to take, I don't want to say a leap of faith. You're going to have to trust your intuition. You're going to have to trust yourself, and you're going to have to trust what your gut says, right? You know how sometimes you get those butterflies in your stomach? You're going to have to trust whether those butterflies are good or bad. Okay. But I
Okay.
do feel like you're going to have to take that leap and trust yourself and just try. Again, I feel like the person is coming into your life before the summer, and I feel like it's going to be very smooth. It's going to be
Mm.
very balanced. Again, that person's going to surprise you, but I feel
Oh, wow.
like, can I say a he, a gentleman? Would that be accurate?
Say that one more time.
A gentleman. I feel like, would that make sense to you? I don't want to insult you if you're not
Oh,
looking
yeah,
for a
that's
man.
correct.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm very careful these days.
I know.
But I feel like this gentleman is going to come into your life, and I feel like he's a lover of dogs, is the first thing I'm picking up on.
Okay.
All animals. I'm not saying he has a house full of animals, but I am saying he's a lover of animals, which to me means he's a very caring and decent person.
Oh,
I
I see.
also feel like financially he is sound, which is also a good thing. I am picking up that something about the country. I don't feel like he lives right in the city. I feel like
Mm.
something to do with country, in the country. I don't think you know him yet, but I do feel like
Okay.
he's going to come out of nowhere. Literally, not from a dating site, not from, it's going to be very organic. Like you might meet him in a coffee shop. It could be that organic.
I see.
And I just feel like it's not a yes or no answer. You're going to have to kind of read in between the lines a little bit, but it will be worth your while. He will be worth your while. I feel
Okay.
like 2026 is the year that
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're going to be happy because I feel like you're already happy. But I do feel like things are going to come together for you in 2026. Um,
Ooh.
I'm not seeing marriage or anything right now because it's too soon. But I do feel like
Okay.
this person is coming. And again, financially sound, just loves to help people also.
Mhm.
And I feel like you also love to help people. Um,
I do.
like helping somebody walk across the street, even that something that seems
Mhm.
simple is something that neither one of you would think twice about. And I
Okay.
just had a vision. It's going to sound crazy, but I just had this vision of you and him walking and looking at your phone or looking down at a book. I don't know why I see you reading a book while you're walking. And I just see you both kind of walking into each other. It's going to be that quick. Okay.
Right.
It's,
Okay.
think of it as, I don't know. The ripple effect keeps coming into my brain. So
Mhm.
it could be you talking to someone else and them introducing you to this person. It could be that simple, but it's just going to be like this ripple effect and it's just going to feel so right for you. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to the story unfolding for you because I do feel like it's going to feel very natural. Okay.
Okay.
I do feel like relationships come naturally for you and that you attract people to you because you're a good listener and you like to
Mhm.
help.
Yep.
So this is going to feel a little bit different though, but it's still going to feel natural. And he's the same. He like I said, he likes to help people. Do you have any questions or do you want me just to keep talking?
No questions. The
Okay.
only one question I have,
Mhm.
with the divorce and everything, how rocky it was. Do you see that he will ever apologize for what he did?
You're talking about your ex?
Uh-huh.
Um, I do see an apology coming, but I
Okay.
don't see it coming. It's gonna. I feel like it's going to come, but you're not going to expect it. I feel like you
Okay.
kind of have to put it on a shelf for now and let him go through whatever he's going through. I don't
Mm,
like using the word grow up, but I do feel like he has some not growing up to do, but growing to do, spiritual growth. And
that makes sense.
he's going to be very upset that he lost you. And I do feel like he may want to reconcile, but I don't feel like you're going to. I feel like you're going to meet this other person
Uh-huh.
and it's just going
Yeah.
to feel right for you. But I do feel like you're going to get that apology. I'm getting the number 3 a lot, which feels like March for me, but heading into spring. So
Mm.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of celebration, if that makes sense.
That makes
Um,
sense. Yes.
okay. I just feel like you and 2 other women are going to get together to celebrate something, and the gentleman will be a
Wow.
part of it, but it's mainly going to be you and 2 other women. And
Oh, wow.
um, I do see this other person, this your ex, kind of coming and trying to come in between you and the new person with his
Mm,
apologies. Again, I just
mhm.
feel like it's going to be a little too late.
Yep,
And
I
I
got
do
you.
feel grief for him that he's going to have to work through. He will understand because he knows it's his fault. We
Yes.
are coming to the end. So I want to wish you happy holidays. And again,
Happy holidays to you
trust your gut.
too.
Okay. Trust your gut always.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Have a great day, everyone.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Your Beautiful Life with Jenna Lee. Live from Facebook.com/group/JennaLee's.crystal.shop. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Your Beautiful Life on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Your Beautiful Life with Jenna Lee. I am Jenna Lee. Happy Wednesday. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I'm super excited. I don't know about you guys, but I love Thanksgiving for all the good food and the socialization and the happiness. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen tomorrow. So tonight, in between the time that I'm taking callers, I just want to kind of go over some of the ways to reprogram our brain. I have been a hypnotherapist for 11 years, a spiritual hypnotherapist. But one of the things I always do is help people to rewire their brain. So many people are experiencing hardships right now. So many people are experiencing the ups and downs and the roller coasters of what this energy shift is doing, the Mercury retrograde. A lot of people are struggling right now. So frequently I get asked, how do we rewire our brain? And I help people with this. So I want to talk about that. Because number one, what is the fastest way to reprogram our brains? What is the best times of day? Have you ever even thought about that there are a best time of day to do the inner work, to do the healing? So I want to kind of go over some of that today. Number one, the best times of day to do this are the first 15 minutes before you wake up, or excuse me, the first 15 minutes after you wake up, when you're coming out of sleep and you're still kind of fuzzy and you haven't really started your day. That is the fastest time of day to rewire your brain. That's when you're going to do some of the techniques I'm going to teach you. That's when you're going to talk to yourself. Put that attention on yourself before you grab your phone, before you really get out of bed. You have to get out of bed to go to the bathroom, if you're going to shower. It's a perfect time to still do these things before you put your focus and brain on anything else. Put it on yourself. What are your goals? What are your gratefuls? What are you wanting to happen? What are you excited for? How do you envision your life if it was the best possible? What is it that you're trying to create and pull into your life? Now, the second best time of day to rewire your brain is right before sleep. Right before sleep, we get into that theta level and then that delta level. Delta level is the last phase that we go through before sleep. That is also a hypnosis level that we can utilize. So when you go to sleep at night, it is really important to pay attention to what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about? What you're falling asleep to listening and thinking about is programming your days and weeks and months to come. A lot of people struggle with, thinking about the hardships, thinking about all the crap that just happened for the day, thinking about all the crap they have to do the next day. They're not really thinking about what they want. They're not really thinking about, what they want to create or what their gratefuls are. So the best times of day are to do it first thing in the morning, the first 15 minutes after you wake up, and the last few minutes of when you're going to bed. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to pause right there because I have a caller really quickly. Christy from Split Lake in Canada.
It's Krista.
Oh, Krista. Sorry, I wrote that down so fast. How are you, Krista?
I'm good. I'm okay.
What can I help you with?
I don't know. I'm just want to see what just going through a weird time in my life right now. And it's like, what the heck am I doing?
I don't mean to laugh, but so people are going through the same thing.
I know
so many people are there. Hey, Krista, if you will, please give me your full birthday so I can tune into your energy better.
My full birthday, March 30th, 2002. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. I'm just writing it down. So I do numerology. So I put it on the chart really quickly so I can just see. Have you ever read your numerology before?
No.
Okay. You have a tough chart. You have a tough chart. So no wonder you're kind of struggling right now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.
Why?
So just whenever we got to the year 2000, it presented us with a lot of zeros on the chart, and it provided us with a new arrow, is what we call that we didn't previously have, because there was always a one. 1900s, 1800s, 1700s, there was always a one. When we got to the year 2000, it took away the opportunity to always have a one, which created chaos. And then with all the zeros, and there's no place for a zero, it just provided like harder charts. So the number one thing that your generation is coming in to teach us and to help shift in the world is how you really want to live. I'm going to kind of go into this because this has something to do with your life path, okay? So think about the older generation, our grandparents, our great-grandparents. They work, pay bills, and die, right? And the younger generation comes in and they're like, I don't want to work 9 to 5. I don't want to go to work every day. And the older generation is like, you guys are lazy. You don't want to work, blah, blah, blah. But the younger generation is teaching us that we can create income from several different ways, especially online now, and we can do it from anywhere. And so we're using our abilities and our creativity and our happiness and our joy to receive income and to provide for ourselves any way possible that we see fit for our own enjoyment. And the older generation is like, you guys are lazy. So right now you're trying to do a shift, it looks like, of what is making you happy. And right now it looks like you're just stuck because you can't make a decision. Your brain looks so frantic. It's so clouded. You have so many thoughts all the time. Your energy looks drained and tired, like you're just not present in your body, but it's because your energy's everywhere else because of your overthinking and your anxiety, and you can't focus because you don't have enough energy in your body. Does that make sense too?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
So, okay. So it looks like your whole life is trying to change, or it's wanting to change at least, and you're just not sure where to go, but you really need to be guided by what brings you the most happiness. And it looks like you listen or care too much. That sounds harsh, about what other people think you should be doing. Does that make sense too?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the first topic that you want to talk about? Because where you're trying to do a whole shift, at least your whole body was wanting a shift. Are you wanting to talk more about like your career or like relationship, love life? Like what is it that you're wanting to talk about first?
This is more like my relationship.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me his birthday?
His birthday, well, like, I'm not actually exactly with him right now, but we have 3 kids together. His birthday is June 10th, 2001.
June 10, 2001?
Yeah.
And so what are you wanting to know, if you guys are going to get back together? Is that where this is going?
Not really, but I don't even know what's happening with that.
Okay. Are you just wanting to understand what's going to happen with your love life?
Yeah.
Okay. So, to be honest, the cords of energy I see with your ex are really strong. Are really strong. If you really truly felt like you were done, you really need to cut some cords there and do some forgiveness work. But I don't see it completely done yet. I'm not a big person to ever really think about going back to exes too much, but you guys just aren't done yet. Do you feel that in your soul when I tell you that?
I do, yeah, like I know. Yeah, like, yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you,
it's not done.
Yeah, it's not done yet. Also, I want to really have you be aware that it really looks like, are you pregnant? Are you expecting to have another kid anytime soon?
No.
Okay. You really have strong baby energy, really strong baby energy. So I'm just not sure, like, if you thought about having another kid, or if you You have baby energy so strong, you could be pregnant to me. That's what that looked like. Yeah. So if
way.
you are not doing
What
anything
the
to
heck? Okay,
prevent
now I
it, you
have-
got to
now
be
I have to check.
careful.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What
So
the
so just be mindful.
I just had
You're
a
not
baby
in
last
person,
year.
obvious. You did. Oh, congratulations. I love little babies. Yep, you have baby energy so strong, I would have told you that you were already pregnant. And if that's not the case and you're not ready to have another one, please be mindful, right? We know it prevents that. But you
yeah.
have baby energy
Mhm.
so strong. So so I would say during the meantime, when you're thinking about your love life, the first things that you're going to want to work on are your own boundaries, what you will, tolerate and what you refuse to tolerate. Number two, learning to communicate. It looks like you guys have a lot of problem with communication, and there needs to be some forgiveness work there. I don't think you guys are done. I mean, I don't even feel it like a little bit. Like it's going to come around probably in the next few months, if not sooner. But that's what you need to work on is forgiveness, communication, and setting your own boundaries, and then communicating that very effectively in a calm way. So what else can I help you with?
I did want to ask about career. Like, I don't know, when am I gonna finally start either working or going to school? Like,
Okay. Well,
right now,
that's
like,
going
I
to
don't know,
come down
like I'm kind
to.
of like stuck.
If it were me, now this is free will. You can choose whatever you want to do. Please know that there's no right or wrong. It's just life experiences, okay? If it were me, I would focus on school. I'd also focus on any type of grants that you might be able to get to help you with the living situation while you are attending school. I think school is the route for you. Are you wanting to become a teacher or something similar to that?
I was just it's called Bachelor of Indigenous Languages. That's the program I wanted to go for.
Okay. And what do you do with that career?
We can be a translator or I'm Cree, like I could probably be a Cree teacher. Like I'm native, like yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I see you teaching. That's why I'm asking.
Anyway.
I see you teaching. Yes. Okay. I please do that. If that makes your soul up inside, please focus on that. Please start praying for the right types of like loans or grants or whatever you can to do that. That for me, when I'm looking at your energy, that lights up your soul more. But again, remember it's free will. You're also going to have to get on the mindset that that is what you're going to do. When you're wishy-washy in your mind and you don't even know what you want, the universe doesn't know what to send you. Get very clear on what it is you want so that you can bring that in, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, I
That
really
has
would
been
love
on
to
my
hear
mind.
back from you. Yeah. I was just telling you that I would really love to hear back from you in the future about how everything is shifted. And just so that I'm really clear, if you guys can work together, you and well, I don't know what his name is, but you and him, if you could work together, I see you guys really coming back together and being happy. But you'll have to work on some things, but I'd love to hear about it in the future. I have another caller, so I'm going to let you go. And good luck to everything, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye, Krista. Okay, so now I have Deanne in Newton, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. I don't know why that was so hard to come out of my mouth. Deanne, are you there?
Yes. Hi. Thank you so much for taking my call. I really appreciate it. I can really use some advice.
Okay, what can I help you with tonight?
I kind of manifested. Well, I am struggling. I was just wondering if you saw me getting married this summer around July. Because I'm toggling 3 different guys. There's one guy I was talking to for 3 weeks, and then he bailed on me for Thanksgiving, and I got mad at him, and then kind of broke up with me. Then there's Jack, and he is taking care of his sick mother. We also met online. I've never met him. And then there's Brendan. Brendan is a multimillionaire, and he is in town. He lives in California, and I live in Massachusetts. So he's in town for the holidays to visit his parents. And we've talked about marriage several times before. But I don't know where he's kind of just wishy-washy. He wanted to get a hotel room with me. And I'm like, I am not going to have sex with you on the first date. And so he's coming to church with me on Saturday night. We go to on Saturday nights at Grace Church. I was just wondering if you saw me with any of these men or if there's someone else coming into my life that I should be aware of.
Okay, tell me about the middle guy again, the guy who's taking care of his mom.
Yeah, his name is Jack. He's originally from Germany. He had a young daughter who's 6 years old, and he's taking care of his mom. He's like easily to fall in love. He's like, I love you already, and he's like, you're the reason for my smile. He's just really overly affectionate. We met on Plenty of Fish, so I met all these guys online. I met Brandon on OkCupid, and I met Albert on Vegly. So Jack is really special. He's really sweet, and really, he's like, I told him I was seeing Albert. And he's like, well, can we be friends? I'll cherish you forever. And like, he was just kind of like pouring on the love. He's a real cuddle cat, but I don't know if he's legit. And he hasn't asked me for money. None of these guys have asked me for money. They're financially well off. They have jobs. I was just wondering if any of these guys were the one for me, or if there's someone else coming in. I really like to get married this summer. I'm 37 years old, and I've never been married, and I would love to start a family. I'm getting up there, so I mean, I'm almost 40, so I'm just kind of like, it's hard. It's hard being single at this age, and yeah.
Deanne, what is your birthday so I can tune in a little bit better?
Sure, yeah. I'm born May 3rd, 1988. I'm a Taurus. May 3rd.
Okay. Oh, I love your chart. You have a beautiful chart. Very determined to get what you want. Yeah. So I'm just saying that you're an overthinker. You're an overthinker, 100%. Number one, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. But you're
definitely
very determined, which also makes you stubborn. So let's go into this a little bit, okay? Because number one, if I had to make a choice about those three guys that you were just talking about, I would tell you the middle guy. Jack is, I think is what you called him. I would tell you him. But I'm going to tell you a few things that are going to sound a little harsh, okay?
Okay.
Number one, you have so much enthusiasm and passion in your spirit and in your energy, which I love about you. But you also have not learned how to love and cherish yourself quite yet. I know that you're excited to. I know that you're excited for this, and I can tell. But it's almost like the energy just needs to slow down just a little bit so you can start experiencing a few things. If I had to choose, I would say Jack is the best energy. But it looks like there's some trauma going on, some trauma that you've held on to that you need to release. So it looks like it's more of like hurt and betrayal. It looks like it's something you've held on to for at least 10 years, and I would say closer to 15. So what happened about 10 to 15 years ago?
Well, I had two exes that broke up with me. My first love broke up with me kind of unexpectedly. And then my second soulmate, who I was living with, and I was my fiance, he broke up with me to use drugs, and he didn't want me in the house. And then I haven't heard from him really since. I had met him since Thanksgiving, but he hasn't responded.
Okay. But that was like 10 to 15 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years ago was my second ex. And yeah, over 10 years ago.
Yeah, so there's some energy that you're still holding on to about that. That's like trauma-based, like betrayal-based stuff, almost like still not good enough stuff. And what I would really like to see you improve on is that feeling of self-worth and being good enough, because you are. It's that you haven't got that healed yet. And so it's like you're kind of keep attracting wonky guys who are going to treat you like love bomb you, number one, and then start treating you like you're not good enough. And what I'd really like you to focus on is healing that so you can attract the right person. Do I see you married in July? I don't know if I see you married in July yet. Do I see you married within about a year or 2.5 years? Yes. But I think that that's going to come from some of that inner healing and work so that you could slow down a little bit and focus on yourself so that your vibration's right, so you're attracting the right person. Now, if I had to pick between one of those three guys, I would say Jack. Do I see somebody else in the future? Yes. And I see somebody closer to, and I don't know if this is the same guy, okay, but closer to about 5'9". I want to say longer, not long like off the shoulders or down to the hair, but like a few inches long, dark, thicker hair, more like an olive complexion. His eyes are popping a little bit. I don't know if they're blue or green or just really sparkly looking, but an average build. And he looks like he's dressed up like he's successful. And I see that as somebody that's also, I don't want to say the word opportunity because that sounds weird, but maybe a choice, because there's always several people for us. There's never just one person. There's usually several people for us. Now, if I tell you this and you go out and change anything, you could be changing the future, just so you know. And that's why you can bring things in faster. That's also why you could prolong things by not doing that work. I do see you married closer to the 1.5 year mark, but you can change that if you do that healing that I'm talking about. And also I do see you with children too, by the way. I do see you with 2 children. Okay, do you have another question?
Well, do you see me becoming famous? I'm going to the industry network in LA, which is something I auditioned for. I got 1 of 6 slots out of 72 people. I was 1 of 6 selected, and yeah, I was just wondering, do you see me getting a role? I want to be a famous talk show host.
Oh my gosh, well, you definitely have a voice and energy for that. Honestly, I don't see that right this moment, and I don't know if it's because it doesn't happen soon, or it doesn't happen, or it's just blocked for me, but I am not getting any information about that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll do something else in the mainstream in the same world.
Do you have a TikTok by chance?
I don't really use TikTok. I use like Instagram and Facebook.
I would tell you to. Have you ever seen? I don't know if I can cuss on here. I'm all, Dave, can I cuss on here? Have you ever seen the "Am I the A-hole" stories that they do all the time?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Have you ever? So people do a lot of podcasts, and they're reading people's stories off of Reddit, and they're like, all of the gossipy stories, or "Am I the A-hole" stories, or "This is what just happened to me in my life," and then they talk about it. You have a personality for stuff like that. And so do I see you being able to like put yourself out there and talk a lot and make money? Yes, I do out loud and, record myself and then listen to it. Or you can find some on YouTube as well that you like. And I do listen to that. Affirmations, when you're driving, affirmations, your gratefuls are the best way, another good way to rewire your brain, to change your life. As you're grateful and you're sitting in that vibration of being grateful, then the universe will start sending you more things to be grateful for. And it's a good way to change anything very quickly. Loving yourself, telling yourself all the good things about yourself is another way to rewire your brain and just to start switching things in life very quickly. So if you are feeling like you're in a rut, you're feeling like things are going down or wonky, these are the fastest ways to shift anything. They are also easy, right? And there's perfect, 2 times a day that are absolutely perfect for this rewiring in your brain. So I hope you choose 1 or 2 of them. I hope you're able to do it for 2 weeks straight to see, the difference it can make in your life. And I'm so excited to be here. I will see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving. You can find me on Your Beautiful Life with Jenna Lee on Facebook. And I look forward to speaking again next week. Have a good night.
Every generation has a voice that cuts through the noise, a truth teller who reminds us what we've forgotten. Christina Elliott isn't just another psychic. She's the woman redefining awakening itself. Through her show, Instinct Reclaimed, Sanctuary Sessions, broadcasting live Thursdays at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 U.S. Eastern Time on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. She takes you beyond prediction into transformation. This is where illusion ends, where instinct rises, and where your soul remembers its unique power. Visit ChristinaElliott.org. Because you weren't born to survive the story, you were born to rewrite it.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Beyond the Loss, conversations in grief education and healing with Sherry Dworkin-Smith. Live from SherryDworkinsmith.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Beyond the Law on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to Beyond the Loss, Conversations in Grief Education and Healing. I'm Shari Dworkin Smith. That's S-H-A-R-I Dworkin Smith. And I am a certified grief educator, a psychic medium, and a hypnotherapist. This is our safe space where we can navigate our grief journeys by sharing our stories and our feelings, along with tools to help us move through grief in more meaningful ways. Whatever kind of grief that you're carrying, whether you're grieving the loss of a person, a pet, a job, a relationship, or maybe you're struggling, like a lot of people this week, with the tragic events in the world. Whatever it is, this is the place where we can talk about it. First off, I want to continue letting people know that we have noticed the AI text assistance being used by the Spotify app is not as smart as it thinks it is, and it has been misspelling my name. So if you're looking for me on my website, please be sure you check A1R Psychic Radio because they've got it right. I'm Shari, that's SHARIDWORKINSMITH.com. Okay. It's been a rough few days, right? Even so, I'm very glad to be here with you, and I thank you for coming along on the journey. Before we get to some callers today, I want to mention that tonight is the third night of Hanukkah, and I want to wish everyone who is celebrating a very happy, joy-filled, safe Hanukkah. I'm sure many of you are aware of that the community of Sydney, Australia, was rocked by a horrific act of senseless violence against the Jewish community as two gunmen brutally murdered 16 people and injured dozens more. This was a targeted, horrific act of anti-Semitism meant not just to cause harm to the Australian Jewish community, but to Jews worldwide. And the global Jewish community is indeed in deep pain. And I'm sure that you join me in sending healing light and the energy of love to all who are injured as we grieve those who were so violently taken from us. People here in the United States and around the world are still reeling from this week's brutal murders of Carl Reiner and his wife, Michelle, U.S. soldiers and contractors who were killed in an attack in Syria. And if you happen to be a soap opera fan, specifically General Hospital, which has been on the air for over 60 years, you may also be aware that actor Anthony Geary, who played the quintessential character of Luke Spencer for almost 40 years, passed away from surgical complications on Sunday as well. It has been a lot in a very short period of time. Add to that the stress of the holidays, with shopping, shipping, budgeting, family, travel, and on and on. And people are carrying a whole lot of things that can all be connected to grief. So please be kind to yourself. Christmas and Kwanzaa are right around the corner as well. So whatever you are celebrating, even if that's just a little extra time off, I want to take a minute to wish you and your families a hopefully happy and safe and joy-filled holiday. Even with all of the tragedy and the trauma that so many of us are carrying, there's still a lot to celebrate and a lot to be grateful for. And I'm grateful for you sharing this time with me. As we get ready for our first caller, remember that grief is definitely not linear. So some days are going to be better than others, and it's okay to laugh and to enjoy yourself in the holidays and with friends and family. And if today is not that day, then it's not. And plain and simple. We do not need to justify ourselves to anyone else. So wherever you are, and however you're feeling, just know you're not alone. And this is a safe space for us to process some of that. And so looks like we have Tiffany in Darlingford, Manitoba, Canada, on the line with us. So thank you, Tiffany, for being with us.
Hello.
Hi. How can we help you today?
I was just wanting to know anything about like career, health, finances, kind of thing.
Okay. It sounds like you're looking for a little bit more of a psychic reading today. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So our podcast is about grief, and we're here to help people who are processing grief, stress from the holidays, loss, anything like that. So is there anything in there that we could help you with today?
Yeah, actually, like this is the first Christmas without my grandpa and my grandma. They both passed away this past year.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. What were their names, Tiffany?
Doreen and Victor.
Okay. They were married a very long time.
They weren't married. Well, sorry, that's two different sides.
Okay, gotcha. I understand. Okay. And it sounds like, and I'm not, yes, psychic medium, yes, but not so much with the voices, but it sounds like you're an adult. It sounds like you're, a person who's had a few decades, and what a blessing it is to have had your grandparents well into adulthood. A lot of people don't have that. And so, that's one thing to be grateful for sure. And the fact that you mentioned them so quickly at the top of your mind, it tells me that they were very important to you as well. And I feel like there is a sense of humor there with your granddad. Yeah. Like a strong sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that we want to do, especially as we come into the holidays and we're looking around and we see that empty chair, and we see that person is not there, and we can feel that the loss of their presence. It's not just the loss of the person in our lives, but now we can see so clearly the empty chair at the table where that person sat just last year. So one of the things that we can do is we look at how can we bring their presence into the family. Some people choose to pretend as if nothing is going on. And I find that to be a slightly unhealthy way to process grief. And it really depends on where you are in your grief journey. But I would ask you, Tiffany, to look at how can you bring your grandparents into the celebrations of the holidays? Is there an ornament that you might have that, was given to you or reminds you of them, that when you hang that on the tree, you can say, this is going to be my ornament that honors my granddad, and this one is the one that honors my grandmother? Is there a special recipe that perhaps you associate with them, and some ways that you could bring them closer to you in the holiday time?
Yeah, my grandma always prepared or brought something every single year to eat, and then my grandpa, he was big on playing a card games. So yeah, we will remain doing that because we enjoy it.
Absolutely. And, make sure to tell the stories, because that is, that is something that is really going to renew the memories with you, but it's also going to share those traditions and those memories with the next generations in your family, so that they can really remember and feel like they knew them too. I know for me personally, one of my grandparents passed when my children were very, very young, and his wife was the last one. And so my kids knew her very well. But there's lots of things we can do to fill in the gaps with our younger generations, to tell those stories about our previous generations, to keep those memories alive. Do you would you understand something with your grandmother around pies? Like a specific pie?
A specific what, sorry?
A pie, like a pie you would bake when you sing something. I had this strong smell of what feels like it might have been peach pie or peach cobbler, something to that extent.
Well, she always made like Christmas pudding.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it has like the gumdrop kind of. I don't when it's a fruit.
Oh, okay. Well, that certainly makes sense.
And it had like a caramel sauce on it or something. So yeah.
Okay, so that sounds kind of cobblery to me. So okay, that sounds wonderful. And are there others, as you are celebrating the holidays this season, larger family gatherings? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you may choose.
with her being gone. Sorry, was that?
Oh, no, go ahead. With her being gone.
With her being gone, we were worried that like we were kind of split up, or that everybody was game to still have the gathering. So I was happy for that.
That's really good. That's really good. Because, yeah, it can happen for sure. When the matriarch or the patriarch
Mhm.
is no longer there to keep everybody together, to be, oh, we're going to do this at our house, or we're going to do, and so you can see that kind of splintering apart. So that's wonderful if the family has chosen actively to keep everybody gathering in one place. That is a really great, one, it speaks to the strength of your family and to the health of your healing as you're moving through this time. But at the same time, it's a great opportunity to reach out to the other now senior members of the family to say, hey, what can we do to be sure that we are honoring these previous generations in our holiday celebrations? Do we want to put up an extra picture? Do we want to light a candle? For me, I use a lot of the pieces of servingware that were given to me by when my grandmothers had passed, things like that. My grandfather was a big pipe smoker, so I will always have a pipe that's kind of just hanging around, just to keep the presence there. So it might be worth it for you to connect with the other senior members of your family, siblings and such, and see, if they have anything particular that they would like to do to honor your grandparents in that way as well.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm always a big fan of a toast as well, especially if people are feeling festive and grief is never easy. And sometimes we have more of those hard feelings, not like, oh, I'm mad, but hard feelings like that are harder to process. But if you can, it's always kind of nice to get everybody together to do a toast for the people who are not here, especially as we come towards the New Year's. A lot of people do those kind of toasts to honor the legacy and the family that those people have left behind, because you all are their legacy. You all staying together and celebrating together, you all are their legacy.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
Well, now you had asked me, just because I can hear it in my head, so before I let you go, I do want to ask, because you did say something about career information, and it does feel like there's a split in your road ahead of time, because I know we want to focus on grief, but if it comes in, I'm going to share it with you. But there does feel like there's a split in the road for you, that there is a choice to be made about your career future, that you can stay where you are, but if you are open to it, it does feel like there's another opportunity that will present itself to you. And it just depends on if you are choosing to be open to that or not. And I do want to also ask, were we contemplating retirement for you, or semi-retirement? There's something that I feel about stepping backwards, stepping away from the current job position. Do you understand?
Well, it's kind of funny. I'm not retired because I'm 36, but I have been a stay-at-home mom for a while. I just have a lot of casual jobs. But my daughter kind of jokingly says, I'm retired. She's young and doesn't really understand. I'm like, no, dear, I'm not retired. I do casual jobs here and there. So it's, it's funny that you say that, because she had just mentioned that I'm retired, even though I'm not.
That's why
I just work casually at a bunch of jobs.
Awesome.
Mhm.
No wonder. Yeah, I heard this word retired in my head. I'm like, I don't know where to put that, but I hear it. So, okay. Well, it does feel like there's an opportunity for you if you choose to step out further into something that's a little bit more formalized, because it does feel like you're coming to that place where maybe the kids would be a little bit more in school, that you could do a little bit more if you chose to. But there's also something about you valuing independence, and it might be worth it to consider some other kind of a home-based business. I know there's about a million different choices out there these days, but it might be something to consider there as well, because there is a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit with you, and you would understand that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So choose something that makes you happy. Choose something that you would feel, proud and excited to be involved in. So does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Tiffany, thank you so much for spending some time with us. I'll tell you, you are officially our second guest ever on Beyond the Loss. And so I'm really just delighted to know you and to meet you. And I wish you the most wonderful, happy, joy-filled holiday season with your family. Keep holding everybody together. That really is something that is so important. Laughter and being together in our energies, that is really the glue that holds everyone together. So I hope you will have an absolute ball this holiday season.
Well, thank you very much, and hope you have a great holiday.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so it looks like we have Paula in South Dakota. Who is next?
Yes, Paula. Yes,
Hi, Paula. And you're in Yankton?
Yankton, South Dakota. Yes.
That's awesome. I imagine it is very, very cold there today.
No, actually, it's really warm here today.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Snow's all melted and warm.
I don't know. How do you define warm, Paula? I live in Florida.
Oh, well, yeah, not as warm as that. You got your humidity there, but yeah, no, it's warm. You don't have to wear a coat, a light windbreaker.
Nice.
So,
well, thank you for joining us.
It's really nice.
Oh, I love hearing that. I love that. How can I help you? What kind of a loss are you struggling with? Or how can I help you with something in your grief journey today?
I'm just, trying to get over my daughter's father because we're separated, but he passed on. He's been passed on over a year, and we were like best friends. And we, he just was my comfort zone when I needed advice. And I just wanted to see how he was kind of feeling everything's going.
Okay. So you're a safe space person, right? That person who, you could just kind of lean into for all of things, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what was his name? What was his name?
Mike. M-I-K-E. Mike.
Okay. Mike. Okay. So as I feel into this energy, and you may have heard me say this to Tiffany and our previous caller as we're coming into this holiday season, it's really important that we're honoring the memory of those people who are not here. So what were some things that you and Mike would enjoy to do together when he was still with you?
Playing music or hiking.
Okay. Fantastic. So playing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love all that. That just to walk in the nature is just so energizing and so healing for sure.
Yes, it's beautiful and healing.
I bet, especially when there is a little bit of crunchy snow in there.
Yes.
Is there any reason?
I'm not a snow person.
I'm not either, but I have a little bit of experience, and it's always nice that it makes that crunch sound that I find fascinating.
Yeah.
Being a Florida girl. Now, is there any reason? Because it feels to me like there's a walking area that's pretty close to home where you could just get close to the trees pretty quickly right outside your door. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I have a beautiful cemetery. I kind of just walk out my door and across the street. There's a beautiful cemetery, lots of trees. And I like to walk in there.
Yeah. Well, is there any reason that you couldn't still do that, even if Mike is not with you?
It's a little hard because I adopted both my grandchildren, and she's a medically complex child, and so it's hard to get out. And then winter, because her pump freezes out if it's cold out, so you gotta. She kind of keeps me homebound.
Okay.
So I don't get out as much anymore.
Okay. Now, who was with the grandchildren when you would go walking with Mike?
They weren't born yet. And my grandson, he could go with us. Yeah, my granddaughter's 2, and I adopted her brother 9 years ago. But Mike moved out of state, and I stayed in South Dakota. He moved to Wisconsin, and I stayed to South Dakota. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait for walking in the woods when the weather gets a little bit warmer, it sounds like.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit more about the music. You said you also like to listen to music together. So let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah, because he liked to sing and play guitar and stuff. And so we were always dancing and singing when we were together.
I love that. I love that. And you have recordings of him singing and playing?
No, I never got any recordings. No, I wish I would have now, but no.
Yeah, those woulda, coulda, shouldas are one of the worst parts of grief, right?
Yeah.
So here's a suggestion for you, if I may. And actually, I have two
Yeah.
suggestions for you. One is to, when you have some quiet time, probably in the evening, to just sit quietly and allow your mind to go back to those days where you could see him playing music and singing when you were together. And so often we can really hear the music in our head, partly because we can remember the feeling of what it felt like when we were in those moments, but also because
Right.
he is around you. He's around you quite a lot. And he also
Yes.
has something of a practical joker energy around him. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he is
Yeah.
around you. And because when I say to you, sit quietly, and I apologize, but when I say this to you, sit quietly, I hear the sound of a whoopee cushion in my head. And so he tells me you would understand this in memory. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Really.
And he did do the whoopee cushion to me.
Yeah, he gives me this sound quite clearly in my head. With
Yeah,
that.
when he was alive, he used to always do that to me, stick a whoopee cushion under my chair to freak me out a little bit. Yeah, he's a joker.
He is around you. Yeah, he is around you very much, and he is still wanting to bring that that joy and that that sense of humor to you. He really is, because laughter was something that the two of you really did a lot. The two of you really brought that out in each other, and it's as if the two of you would egg each other on in the silliness. So,
yes.
yes. Now, can you help me understand somewhere where there's a broken arm or a broken something? Because I almost have this, where you get in a cast and you're like straight out and you can't like move your arm or something. Because he's being kind of silly with me about that, about like I'd wave, but I can't, something like that. Do you understand what he's referring to?
Yeah, sometimes he'd put wrap the kids' arms up and put IVs on them for if I went out to the store. He'd pretend they got hurt and stuff and freak me out, and the kids would be taped up with bandages and IVs like they were in the hospital. He was he's a character.
Well, yeah,
he
definitely
likes to trick me on things.
Yeah. Now, there's also a favorite movie the two of you would watch as well, especially around the holiday time. And he's this is like old movies, like classic movies, like White Christmas and Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Yep. That we did.
He's also showing me about throwing popcorn at the TV screen as if he like was yelling at the people in the, don't do it, you goof, like talking back to the television
he would do
screen.
stuff like that because we always made popcorn. And we'd be watching westerns or old time Christmas movies, and he'd be throwing popcorn all over.
Well, he is
a character.
He's trying to show you that he's around you, and that even though he may not be physically with you in this holiday season, that he is still with you. Now, something I will tell you, because you're talking about a partner, you're talking about someone who was really an intimate part of your life, as opposed to like a cousin or a friend or something like that. If you when you sit in the quiet in the evening and you ask him to come near to you, and if you ask him to bring the music into your head, you really will be able to hear his music. But there's something else, and I do this a lot with my with both of my mediumship clients and in my grief clients, when there's a loss of a partner, that if you sit and you put your hands open on your lap and you try to just not think of anything else, and you ask him, and sometimes it helps if you have a picture, like a physical picture that you can look at with to bring that energy closer, or a picture of the two of you together, because I think there are several of those around your house. that if
Right.
you sit
Yes.
with your hands, you can ask him to squeeze your hand. And this is a fascinating thing that can happen with mediumship and our loved ones in the spirit world. If you ask him to squeeze your hand, you may very well feel like a tingling or a pins and needles sensation in your hand. Now, you might have to
That's
practice
weird
with
because I've been getting that a lot.
That makes perfect sense
Yeah,
to
and
me.
Yeah, and my pendulum's been lighting up.
Okay. Well, if you're
Yeah.
already feeling and familiar with that energy and that sensation, take it to the next level, Paula, and ask him to separate your hands to say, all right, I can feel your energy in my hands, Mike. Now I want you to show me one hand, because if you're working with a pendulum, there's the yes and the no, and there's different movements, right? So you can ask him to squeeze your hand. Which hand is my yes hand and which hand is my no hand? And now, if you can start to discern that with your loved one, putting that vibration into your hands, you can start to have kind of a 20 questions conversation with him, which can be
Yeah, because I sense them around me all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, do you have something new that's hanging on the wall in your house? There's something like a new picture or a new poster or something that went up real recently?
A dream catcher, yes.
Okay, because he's pointing my attention to that as well. So, well, Paula, it seems like there's some good that clearly he's around you, and you wanted to know how he was doing, and he's telling you he's fine. But as you are going to honor his space and his energy through the holidays, definitely look at playing the music and bringing him near to you, bringing him close, because he definitely wants to be included for sure.
Yeah, because it's weird. Every time this song he used to play for me, as soon as I walk in the store, it starts playing, and I was like, I know that isn't top 40s or anything. It's kind of strange. He gives me signs like that, And
Right.
yeah, it's crazy.
It sounds like
beautiful but
there's gonna
crazy.
Yeah, but enjoy the journey and enjoy the silliness of it, because he's trying to make you smile for sure. So.
Yeah, because I thought I was dreaming. He showed up as a Chinese man one day, and I was like, "What?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, Paula, I have to let you go because they're telling me we're running out of time, but I want to wish you a wonderful, happy, healthy holiday. And thank you so much for being with us. And if you or someone else around you is dealing with some grief and you'd like to work with me personally, I would be honored to help. Please don't hesitate to reach out. You can find me on all the socials. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to share it with your friends or anyone else that you feel could benefit from listening. Thank you for spending this time. Thank you for being part of our mission to create a safe space for healing and positive change by starting some important conversations. Remember, your grief is not a problem to be solved. It's a part of you to be cared for, and that you're not alone. Aren't we lucky that we can go through these things together? Happy holidays. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for the Psychic Site with Jax Potter. Jax Potter. Live from the psychicsite.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Psychic Site on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to the show. I'm Jax Potter, the Psychic Psych. I work with clients all over the world. I'm a trauma therapist and a psychic medium, and I support people in getting clarity, in connecting to their higher selves, in understanding what's going on for themselves, in releasing old hurts and old traumas and moving into their favorite life. So today I'm going to take some callers, but before I do, what's sitting really heavily on my heart is talking about allowing things to be as they are. So let me clarify a little bit on that, because quite often where we feel pain is because we are holding on to how we think things should have been or should be, or how people should show up for us, or this didn't work out in the way that I had planned for it to be. And what the messaging I'm getting from the cosmos is, it creates pain where there need not be pain. If we allow things to unfold as they are meant to, if we allow people to show up as they do, if we allow less grip, is how I'm being shown, on the way things show up, the timing of things show up, and the outcome, we travel this earthly experience far more easily, far more peacefully, and we are able to see things as they are able to be, so that we can experience the magic and the miracles that are to come in for us. So if you are having trouble letting go of a scenario, if you are having trouble letting go of a person, or if you are finding yourself really frustrated that things aren't happening in the way that you're wanting them to happen, you are being asked to step back a little bit and allow things to unfold as they are meant to be. That doesn't mean you don't take aligned action on your life and making things happen, but it means you don't create resistance, is how I'm being shown. You don't create resistance when someone is showing you who they are or how they are. Okay, I'm going to take some callers in a moment. I just want to shuffle a little card, see what's coming up for the collective, so that you can all have a bit of messaging here. Okay. Consciousness. Oh, there is no beginning and there is no end. I'm not surprised that this came through after talking exactly about that, of letting go of timing, letting go of the hows and the whens. We are eternal beings. This avatar that you're in is temporary. This life that you're currently in is temporary, but we are eternal beings, and there is no need for you to force or to rush or to wish for it to be different. Allow things to be as they are. Okay, Tyler, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
How are you doing?
Very well. And yourself?
I'm great, thank you. I'm a little bit croaky, so I apologize.
No worries.
What were you wanting to talk about today? Do you have particular questions?
I guess just in general, if I'm heading on the right path, I feel like pretty much what you were just talking about, trying to rush, like I feel like there's something I need to do and I'm trying to figure it out and I can't figure it out. It's just...
Yeah, because you're not meant to figure it out. I know that's really frustrating to hear. So let me give you a little bit of clarity on that. The way they're showing me is you have overextended a lot in the past. And what I mean by that is you've tried to make sure things worked out okay, tried to make sure other people are okay, tried to make sure you are okay in the eyes of other people. That's how they're showing me. So you wanted other people to think well of you, or if you feel like you've stuffed something up or done something wrong, you've tried to repair that so that other people don't perceive you badly. And there's just been a lot of you trying to make everything okay. And I understand why. And they're showing me a little bit of your childhood, so I can understand why you tend to kind of overgive and overextend. But this is why you feel like you're a little bit, I don't know what to do now, is because you're learning to not continue that same pattern of overextending. They're asking you not to always be on alert for what everyone else is doing and what's happening around you and how is this working and what are they doing and what should I be doing next. It's like you're on alert all the time, and it's really draining you, and it's not allowing you to hear your own intuitive guidance and to trust what the next steps are as they come up, because you're just looking at the external world rather than connecting in with your inner world. Does that make sense? I can give you more clarity on that, but does that make sense when I'm like, you're focused on the external world and trying to make it okay rather than coming in and checking on yourself and your inner world?
Previously, not currently though.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've broken that pattern. This is just this little period of time where they're like, so when we break a long-term pattern, there's always a little period of time where it's sort of like you're recalibrating and you're adjusting as you're moving into a very different way of doing things. And this is very, very different for you. You are no longer overextending. You are no longer worrying about things you don't need to be worrying about. You're really shifting the focus into how do I take care of me? How do I live a life that is fulfilled and aligned without putting any pressure on it? I'm just allowing alignment and fulfillment. And you're doing that really beautifully, but you don't need to, this is not what you want to hear, but you don't need to know the next steps at the moment, because they will simply open up once you've done this little energetic recalibration that you're doing. Talk to me about your energy practices, whether that's breath work or meditation. What are your energy practices at the moment?
That's part of my problem is I don't really know how to, and I worry too much about which one to do, how to do it. I have moments where I can connect to the other side, and not intentionally, I guess, if you will, but it just kind of happens. And then if I try to, there's some kind of blockage. So that's what I mean by it. I know there's I guess a next phase or next step, if you will, but it's just been hard to get to it. And if you're saying that I need to back away from it, maybe that's what the problem is.
It's not back away from it. It's no force, just allowing. Because so when I'm connecting in with the spirit realm, when I'm getting my guidance, when I'm getting guidance for other people, if I try and do that, if I'm, okay, I'm ready and this is what's like, give me something, I need something, it'll be nothing. It's very, very quiet. They do that very intentionally because they're helping you develop self-trust, and they can see how much healing work and how much of your own self-reflection you have done over the last couple of years. All they're asking for you at the moment is to just come into some practices like breath work and meditation and do them completely imperfectly. This is part of what you're learning at the moment. Is nothing is perfect. We are not perfect. No person is perfect. No soul is perfect. No life is perfect. This human existence is messy and hard. And if you allow yourself to do things imperfectly and just as they feel good, everything changes. So your connection to the spirit realm, your connection to creating the life that you're trying to create will come far easily if you just let it be. Let yourself do things imperfectly and let yourself do things purely because you enjoy it and because it feels good to you, not because you have to or not because it has to be done in a certain way. There is no right or wrong way to meditate. There is breath work. There are so many different ways that you can do breath work. You can have a look online. There's heaps of free YouTube videos, free courses. Please don't put pressure on yourself that any of it has to be perfect, even down to you don't have to be doing it daily if that doesn't feel good for you. It's not about having all of these set practices in place and I have to do this and then I should be doing this and then I need to be doing next, because that's what they've shown me you've done previously in your life, and they don't want you bringing that into your spiritual practices or into just creating this new life that you're creating for yourself that is more aligned and more peaceful. So let your practices be just because they feel good. You might meditate for 5 minutes and then go and ride a bike or go and do something else completely different. It doesn't need to be these really intense practices where you have to go and do courses or you have to join other people and do events or anything like that. It can just be small little times that feel good and support you in different ways. They're also asking, the reason you feel a little bit of a block at times is the way I always get shown this, and I think I've spoken about this a few times, I'm not sure if you've heard before, but I always get shown a clear tube between us and the spirit realm. And think of it like a vacuum cleaner tube. And the dust and debris in a vacuum cleaner, the dust and debris in a tube between us and the spirit realm is self-doubt and overthinking. So if you are doubting yourself or you are overthinking anything, it makes it really hard to connect in. So they won't be able to channel messages through if you're in self-doubt or overthinking. So they do this deliberately so that you can stop and check in and go, oh, I'm overthinking this. I'm worrying about something I don't need to be worrying about. It's you can check yourself and come back into, I trust myself. I trust it'll be okay. even if I don't have the answers, then you will notice that you'll check into your messaging even more. So those times where you're trying to connect in, you're trying to understand next steps in your life, and it feels like you're not getting anything, they're the moments where you're being asked to go out to nature or to meditate or to do just a little bit of breath work, just to do some things to come out of your head and come into a more centered place within your body.
That makes sense. Okay.
Breathwork keeps coming up for you. Breathwork will be really powerful for you. Have a look around and see some sort of breathwork practices that's going to be good for you. That's going to help you a lot connect in to understanding what's coming up next for you. In the next 6 months, there's big changes, as in there's more messages coming both from the spirit realm, but also through people that you know. You'll be having random conversations that you aren't expecting. You will be getting more messaging coming through, both in the physical plane and in the spiritual plane. And when those messages come through, they're asking you to stop and take a moment of gratitude and go, okay, I am worthy of these changes that are happening for me. I've worked really hard to